didn't do anything wrong, but the fact that you guys are doing this to me and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply. I am. I'm not gonna argue with you at all. But you have me on camera, but at the same time, what he has on camera, I have my phone, shows something different. So if I need to.
Newly released footage shows the incident that led to the arrest of Dallas native and Olympian sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson.
TMZ obtained some surveillance footage of the incident, which happened late last month.
So check this. Sha'Carri Richardson didn't just get suspended. She got wiped clean off Team USA in the coldest way possible. With one brutal email. No warning, no sympathy, no second chance. Just straight up. You're done. And the reason? A leaked raw airport video that finally showed what really went down between her and her boyfriend, Christian. And the league is saying this was the last straw. Now the streets are asking, who's really telling the truth here, Sha'Carri or Christian? Reports say she got herself arrested at Seattle-Tacoma Airport after allegedly putting hands on him while they were rushing for a flight. That's not just messy, that's career-ending messy. Maybe she thought the buzz would fade once headlines cooled off. But nope, this one blew up way bigger than she ever expected. Instead of brushing it off, she got slapped with the shock of her career. Team USA cut her loose.
My name is Sha'Carri Richardson. I do have my ID. Yeah, but I will definitely leave him alone. There's nothing that I want to do with him anymore. Like I said, it was a relationship thing. I need to get my stuff out of his bag.
Are you guys on the same flight? Or?
We are later on in the day because our flight ended up getting delayed. We were supposed to be leaving around this time of day, but the flight got canceled, so the flight doesn't leave until 10 p.m.-ish.
Okay.
So yeah, if you don't mind, can I step over here? I'll show you my ID.
That's fine.
Awesome, thank you. Hi, Sissy. So you hear me, right? So this is the position that Christian told me to put me into, okay? Because he's a coward, and I don't want anything to do with him at this point going forward. My name is Sha'Carri Richardson. Have no problem with letting you know who I am. Haven't put my hands on him. We had an argument. I will be honest about that. An argument, and that's pretty much it. The argument, pretty much, he's a liar. He lied about a couple things that's personally, just in a relationship. I pretty much, officers can understand what a relationship is about, but he lied. He's a liar, and that was something that I kind of just grasped, and emotionally, I'm just like, bet, you do your thing, but you're asking me for things that is within my possession, and for my right, I don't have to give it to you because it's in my position. But when it comes to the point that I saw that he chose to make it more about the police and things of that nature, that showed that he made a choice. So I just want to be more professional and just come professionally and let you guys know, like, hey, relationship thing, have no problem,
so
and walking up to you guys.
It's not
I'm
illegal
not
to
hiding.
argue.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Was there any type of physical assault?
No, I didn't touch him. He didn't touch me. I will be honest.
Hit him with anything?
No, I haven't hit him with anything.
And let's keep it real. This wasn't some soft, temporary suspension move. Nah, this was a full-on cancellation. A move that could erase everything she's worked her whole life to build. And get this, the news didn't even come with a phone call. Nope, her own agent had to forward her the cold, lifeless email from USA Track and Field. It read that she was placed on indefinite leave. And in track and field language, that's basically a death sentence. Nobody climbs back to their prime after that. What cut the deepest wasn't just the decision, it was the tone. No sympathy, no encouragement, no sugarcoating. Just, you're hereby placed on leave, effective immediately. Savage. But here's where it gets wild. This wasn't just about telling her to lay low until the media cooled off. No, this was Team USA making it crystal clear.
I don't feel as if she should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? People have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. And she have things that she need to work on for herself, of course. And so do I, so do you, everybody. And I'm the type of guy, I'm in the business of just extending grace and mercy and love.
They're done with Sha'Carri, and this was them slamming the door shut for good. And the kicker? This airport arrest ain't even her first dance with controversy. Sha'Carri's been leaving a messy trail behind her for years. So honestly, it feels like this was always coming. Let's rewind for a sec. Back in 2020, she got banned from the Tokyo Olympics after testing positive for THC. That's the telltale sign of cannabis use. That scandal forced the US Anti-Doping Agency to hit her with counseling and a 1-month suspension, completely taking her out of the 100-meter event at the Olympics. And just when she thought the storm had passed, boom, another disaster hits even harder, blowing her career to pieces. She didn't just lose her spot in the 100 meters. Sha'Carri also got kicked off the women's 4x100 relay team. That's double the humiliation. And when the news broke, fans went wild with outrage. I mean, seriously, compared to hardcore substances, cannabis is nothing. It's legal in half the country. But the organization wasn't backing down. They claimed this punishment wasn't about weed alone, it was about her entire messy track record. Turns out, the warning signs were already there. Behind the scenes, teammates had been whispering about her attitude during training. Coaches complained she had zero respect for authority. And this wasn't just a few slip-ups. This was her reputation. A reputation that stuck like glue and followed her everywhere. Suddenly, it made sense why none of her relay teammates spoke up when this latest scandal exploded. No IG posts, no supportive tweets, no public defense, just silence. And that silence, it screamed louder than any statement ever could. But here's the real burning question. Why didn't anyone expose her sooner? How did she keep skating by, making everyone look the other way while her mess piled up? That's where things start to look shady. Because her airport arrest? That was just the tip of something way bigger. The first red flag came only days later. Her boyfriend, Christian Coleman, suddenly popped up trying to defend her. He actually said she didn't deserve to be arrested. But hold up, let's rewind. The only reason she even got arrested in the first place was because she allegedly put hands on him in public. The contradiction was too loud to ignore, and fans were left wondering, was Christian protecting her out of love? Or was there something else he was too scared to admit? So why would the supposed victim suddenly flip the script and defend her? Red flag city. And if you really watched that interview, the whole thing felt off from the jump. Christian sat there saying Sha'Carri wasn't really at fault, that it was just a bad situation they both got caught up in. But hold on, this is coming from the guy who was allegedly assaulted. That alone had people shocked. But his body language told the truth way louder than his words ever could. Fidgeting hands, eyes darting everywhere, nervous with every question. He couldn't even keep eye contact with the camera. The second that clip hit Twitter, it went viral overnight. Fans weren't buying it, calling out how sketchy the whole thing looked. One user summed it up perfectly. This is a great example of a DV victim defending and justifying his abuser's behavior. DV should never be tolerated under any circumstances. And that's when the tide started turning. At first, plenty of people were still riding for Sha'Carri, even trying to spin it and blame Christian. But all that loyalty vanished the moment the next video dropped, because it confirmed exactly what people had been whispering, but were too scared to say out loud. See, here's the thing. Sha'Carri lied from day one about what went down. She tried to brush it off like it was just a couple's spat gone a little too far. And honestly, some folks bought it for a minute because all they had seen was that short clip of her getting cuffed. But once the police released the full 15-minute arrest video, everything snapped into focus. From the very first seconds of the footage, you can see it plain as day. Sha'Carri was heated. At first, she tried to play it cool, flashing fake smiles at the cops like nothing was wrong. But the moment it clicked that she was actually getting arrested, boom! Her whole vibe flipped instantly. Suddenly, she was snapping, calling Christian names, demanding that he tell officers she didn't do anything. And then jaws hit the floor, because she called him a coward, then switched into full victim mode, claiming he hit her first. She actually told the cops he should be the one in handcuffs, because he's the man. But the arrest report already made it clear. She was the one putting hands on him, and just when it couldn't get worse, the final blow came days later when TMZ dropped the airport CCTV footage. And let me tell you, that tape left the internet speechless. Zero room for excuses, because in that CCTV clip, it's crystal clear. Sha'Carri is the one shoving Christian, invading his space, straight up getting physical while he barely even reacts. Christian didn't swing, didn't push back. He looked like a man just trying to get out of the chaos. But the more he tried to walk away, the more she turned up the heat, relentless, furious, and caught in 4K for the entire world to see. Suddenly, all those "she's just misunderstood" claims didn't sound so believable anymore. That leak didn't just show Sha'Carri losing her temper, it exposed something darker. It showed her manipulative side, because let's be real, if those cameras weren't rolling, she would have flipped the script perfectly, making Christian look like the aggressor. She didn't hesitate one bit to throw him under the bus while the cuffs were going on. And when her story finally crumbled under the weight of the footage, silence. Her team, even her supporters, silent. And that silence said it all. They knew the truth had ripped everything wide open. At that point, Sha'Carri had only one card left. Step forward, admit what happened, and take the heat. But when she finally decided to speak, fans weren't ready for how bad it was. Her so-called apology video went viral within minutes, not for sincerity, but for how fake it looked. In the clip, she mouthed all the right words about accountability, reflection, and wanting forgiveness, especially from Christian. But her body language told a whole different story. She was smiling, giggling, carrying herself like she was on a casual Instagram live, not addressing something as serious as domestic violence. Fans instantly clocked it as pure PR spin. One commenter nailed it. She's just reading what her team wrote. This ain't real remorse. And instead of stopping there, she doubled down, posting an Instagram story directly at Christian, writing, "I apologize to Christian. He came into my life and gave me more than a relationship, but a greater understanding of unconditional love. My apologies should be just as loud as my actions, honestly louder. To Christian, I love you and I'm so sorry." That's what she posted. But just like the video, fans weren't buying a single word of it. They called it fake, staged, straight-up desperate damage control. One user dragged her saying, "She already had a nasty attitude, got caught with weed, and now she's out here assaulting a man in public. Time to pack her up." And another didn't hold back either, pointing out that if the roles were reversed, Christian would have lost everything. The outrage didn't stop there. People started tagging her sponsors directly, Nike, Sprite, even ISTs, demanding they cut her loose. One viral comment read, "That apology was trash. Hold her accountable." And speaking of sponsors, their silence right now is louder than any statement. Sha'Carri had huge money deals lined up, but word on the street is she's dangling on the edge of losing them all. And let's be real, big brands like Nike don't play when it comes to image. They'll drop an athlete in a second if things get too messy. And this is messy with a capital M. Behind the scenes, reps are already calling her team non-stop, checking if she can even fulfill her current contracts. New deals? Frozen? Lawyers? On standby? Those golden sponsorships that once made her one of track's biggest stars? Slipping right through her hands. And here's the most chilling part. Sha'Carri, the same woman who used to clap back at every critic and run through every scandal with her head held high, is now silent. No posts, no shade, no defiance, just silence. And if this suspension sticks, she's not just out of Team USA, she's out of the race completely. Make sure you drop a comment and let me know your thoughts on this scandal. Do you think Sha'Carri can bounce back? Or is this the end of the road? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.